One of the biggest indicators early on are the pictures we've seen of the fuselage of this Azerbaijani jet, punctures in the fuselage, which the moment I saw that, and I'm sure you were similar, they looked quite similar to the puncture marks we saw in MH17, the Malaysian airliner that was shot down by a Russian Buk missile in 2014. We can put those images up on the air. Tell us, as you look at those, what do they say to you?
Well, as you point out, Jim, hauntingly similar to that event 10 years ago when the Russians shot down that Malaysian Airlines 777. What you look at there are obviously what appears to be shrapnel holes. And one of the key things to look at as an investigator of a crash is which way is the metal bent? Is it bent inward or outward? If it's outward, that means there might have been a bomb on board. In this case, it's quite clear they are bent inward, which meant there was an explosion in proximity to the tail of that aircraft, which is quite literally smoking gun evidence of a surface-to-air missile. So as you go down the possibilities of where that might come from, flying over Chechnya in the midst of heightened military activity, you might conclude a hair-trigger approach to things, and you have an aircraft which by some accounts had a couple of missed approaches. In other words, was deviating from the routine schedule and flight path for airliners, could have been mistaken with aircraft which the surface-to-air missile battery might have thought were hostile. So a lot of things went wrong here for sure.
The information that Osprey's evaluated looks not just at the damage from the videos of the crash site or the fuselage externally and internally, but also the security environment in the airspace over southwest Russia during the time after this aircraft took off from Baku in Azerbaijan. While it was over southwest Russia in the North Caucasus Federal District, Russian military air defenses were reportedly engaging Ukrainian military-grade weaponized drones that had been launched, presumably at Chechnya. During this time period, the aircraft was bound for Grozny Airport in the capital of Chechnya and effectively was in the air at the same time as this Russian military air defense activity was occurring to defend against a Ukrainian drone attack. Now, the reports are from some of the passengers that were on board the aircraft is that an explosion was heard outside of the aircraft and shrapnel penetrated through the fuselage into the cabin of the aircraft. There's video from while the aircraft was still in flight showing shrapnel damages inside the aircraft, and then the video of the wreckage shows shrapnel damage to the tail, vertical stabilizer, and horizontal stabilizer sections of the aircraft as well. So combining the fact that there was a drone attack being repelled by air defenses in the vicinity of where this aircraft was attempting to land, and the damage that was sustained in flight and visible after the crash points to a Russian surface-to-air missile being launched at this aircraft while it was attempting to land at Grozny. This has been not only highlighted by Osprey, our company, but Azeri media outlets are quoting unnamed Azeri government officials. Reuters has also reported that it is confirmed from sources that a Russian air defense system shot the aircraft down. Euronews has reported the same, that it has spoken to sources indicating a Russian air defense system downed this aircraft. And Ukraine, who supposedly launched the drones at Russia, has said that Russia shot down the aircraft. So while there are denials or calls for an investigation to be completed before assigning the cause of the crash, all evidence that's being made public at present points to this being a misidentification and shoot down of a civilian airliner.